recorded Tell Me a Story video.
My name is Ali and my pronouns are she, her.
My name is Isabella and my pronouns are also she, her.
We're going to start our video off with a land acknowledgement. Haudenosaunee, Mississauga, and Anishinaabe nations came together with all their relations. Living together, they had a united wish to share the lands and waters in peace like one spoon with a dish. Now many indigenous families, Métis and Inuit too, live here in treaty agreement with me and you. In the spirit of peace, friendship, and mutual respect, we protect each other and the land, which we will never forget. Thanks, friends.
Today we'll be reading a book called The Little Red Fort, and then we'll be showing you a fun activity based on the book. Let me tell you a story of The Little Red Fort.
The Little Red Fort by Brenda Mayer. Ruby's mind was always full of ideas. One day, she found some old boards. "Who wants to help me build something?" she asked her brothers. Oscar Lee pretended not to hear her. Rodrigo gave her a look that could melt popsicles. Jose almost fell off the fence. "You don't know how to build anything," they said. Ruby shrugged. "Then I'll learn." And she did. "Who wants to help me draw the plans?" Ruby asked. The boys clutched their sides and howled with laughter. "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll draw them myself." And she did. Satisfied with her plans, Ruby asked, "Who wants to help me gather the supplies?" "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll gather them myself." And she did. When all the supplies were gathered, Ruby asked, "Who wants to help me cut the boards?" "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll cut them myself." And she did. When all the boards were cut neatly, Ruby sang, "Who wants to help me hammer in the nails?" "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll hammer them by myself." And she did. Soon Ruby's creation was complete. "Who wants to play in my fort?" she called. Me," said Oscar Lee. "Let's go," said Rodrigo. "I'll play," said Jose. "I'm not busy anymore." "Not so fast," said Ruby. "You didn't help me draw the plans, or gather the supplies, or cut the boards, or hammer the nails. You said I didn't know how to build. And you laughed at me. I'm going to play in the fort all by myself." And she did. "We didn't want to play anyways," said the boys. But they did. So they huddled, whispered, and got straight to work. Oscar Lee made a mailbox. Rodrigo planted flowers. Jose painted the fort fire engine red. Ruby was delighted. That evening, the boys followed a delicious aroma to the fort warming party. "Who wants to help me clean this plate?" Ruby asked. "We do," said the boys. And they did.
Now we'll be making our very own little red fort.
To make your fort, you will need file folders, or really any piece of construction paper folded in half. Some glue, scissors, pieces of string, popsicle sticks, crayons and markers, some tissue paper, and any other extra materials you may want to use. To make our little red fort, Isabella and I started off with red markers and crayons. Our plan was to make both sides of our folders red. You can use paint for this, tissue paper and glue, markers, crayons. Really, whatever red art materials you've got laying around will be a-okay to make your little red fort. While I was drawing red boards, Isabella drew some flowers and grass around her fort and a ladder to help everyone get into the fort. I then started coloring in my red boards. Isabella drew a clothesline, and I moved on to sticking the pieces of tissue paper onto my fort. Using pieces of yarn or string, we added detail. Then it was time for us to move on to the other side of our file folder. Here, Isabella is adding a window, and I'm going to add some grass. The other side of your fort can match the first side or be something completely different. While making your fort, you can ask your child open-ended questions such as, what is your fort made out of? What sorts of games would you play in your fort? And who would you invite to play with you? All of these questions will help your child connect to and relate to the story, thus fostering a positive attitude and curiosity towards reading and books. We glued the popsicle sticks onto the paper to add reinforcement to our paper red forts. You can do really whatever you'd like to make your fort your fort. This is the beauty of this activity. You can get as creative as you'd like.
There you are, friends, your very own little red fort.
We had such a great time. We hope you enjoyed making and learning.
Bye!